We are live. Welcome to Feeling the News, episode 15.
Hello.
Should refresh the watch page so it doesn't fucking echo. Do that. Today we have Peter Almond and Bunkin Trucker.
Hello.
Howdy.
In the chat we have Tom McGill City, Rosie, and Chadwick. And I've seen Reason Vision earlier, but I don't know if he's still here. Anyway, then I get into the news.
We have some news.
Let's have the news.
There's no way to keep my voice that high.
Don't go breaking my fart. Chewing gum and 10 other ways to stop your boyfriend farting when it is a deadly sign. Not all farts smell. Some of them, in fact, have no odor at all. And don't even make a noise when they pass. Yes, time will go to 8 is episode 15. You would know this. You would know this if you actually watched episode 12. It's not there anymore. For various reasons.
Rosie, you filthy cow.
A bit of wind can be embarrassing, not to mention uncomfortable. Is that? But there are ways you can control your how much flatulence you produce. Whether you call it farting, passive wind popping off is essential. Your body's getting rid of some excess stomach gas produced during the day. It happens between 5 and 15 times a day, according to Medical News Today. Interesting. Well, others can be quite noisy and have an offensive smell. 11 ways to stop your boyfriend farting is ban chewing gum. Tell him to eat slowly. Fit skinny jeans. Know your allergies. Don't eat any carbs. Stop smoking. Drink lots of water. Exercise ban. This doesn't sound fun.
No. Basically, they're trying to say, but the way to stop your guy from farting is to get him to fucking leave you.
Exactly. I'll quite happily fart if I can smoke and drink.
Especially when drinking is what makes him tolerate you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how else am I supposed to be with someone like this if I can't drink and smoke? Manus Conservation. Hello, Mysterious Unknown Box. Big supplements.
Lots and lots of Beano.
Basically, live a boring life. Is basically what they're saying.
Yeah.
Well, that seems very exciting. Rather not. Hello, Brett.
Hello.
Hello.
That was nice singing.
Hello.
Tom of Gulf City, your tailed feature impression is shit.
That's Edinburgh, Tom McGill City. That isn't the whole of the nation. Just because it's the capital doesn't mean it represents the whole place.
Yeah.
Like London doesn't represent the whole of England. It happens to be the capital. I'd breastfeed my...
Not that you care anyway, Scotsman. To you, we're all just Southerners.
Yep. You're all south of Gretna, therefore you're Southerners. I mean, some English people may be Northerners, but that doesn't make any sense. So I breastfeed my 10-month-old my 10-month-old daughter, and so does my mum. Julia Cannons, 21, from St. Louis, Missouri, told how she and her mum, Angela Owen, 47, both breastfeed her 10-month-old daughter, Naomi.
What?
Yeah. A young mum has revealed how her and her mum breastfeed her daughter.
Oh my fucking god! I thought a nan would breastfeed bloody powdered milk.
Is it just her nan's there for when the kid
Where's the feedback?
Britt, is that you?
I don't know, is it?
It says muffled.
Yeah, there's an easy way of finding out.
It's obviously. Yeah, it's there, see.
Yeah, it is down to you, Britt.
It's muffled.
But Jesus Christ, does the nan breastfeed the kid when they can't be asked picking it up off the floor?
I don't know, we'll find out.
Powdered milk.
When she squeezes
her breast for something to come out, is it just like a little powder and just goes?
I have no idea. She must still be able to do it though. Clearly, I don't even know how that works though. Did she have like when are you able to stop producing milk if you're a woman who's already had a kid?
As long as, honestly, it's one of those things. As long as the milk keeps getting drained from the breast, it will keep filling up.
So what does it do with the rest of it then?
So that means old grandma's been sitting there pumping milk out of her breast for 30 years.
Is that any better?
Let's see. Yes, it's gone. Well,
all right.
Slightly better, but still.
Yeah, the echo's still there.
Fuck in hell.
Yeah. Young mum has revealed how her and her mum, how both she and their mum breastfeed her daughter and won't stop, even though strangers say it is weird. It's already reading itself.
Guys, you make me gag. Rosie, I don't see any men in this equation.
Yeah, it's granny titties, that's what I...
And Rosie will happily make you gag anytime.
It's enabled granny
by making herself gag.
It's enabled granny and daughter to develop a huge bond, Julia said. Angela started feeding Naomi when she was just around 4 months old, after realizing she was still lactating following the birth of her youngest child.
Oh dear.
Rose, can you hear me now?
Yes, but
Are you outside?
No.
Anyway, I love breastfeeding, Julia said. My girl is 10 months old and I've been breastfeeding from the beginning. She would cluster feed all the time. Okay, that's fair enough if you're your own child, but if you're getting your mum to do it, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
She wanted to be on the boob 24/7. It was like a comfort thing. One day when I really wanted to have a shower to get out of the house, so I headed over to my mother's. I was in the shower and she needed a feed. They said her daughter started squealing. She was in the shower. My mother already asked me how I feel about breastfeeding Naomi, she explained. So much is new milk that we knew she still produces. I'm okay with it. She's an overproducer. She's been checked for any problems and had CAT scan, but there are no health problems.
Well, Scotland, you said I'd produce out and have spring time for Hitler.
Fucking disavow. I'm wondering how hot fucking ice as it is.
No. She meant the song from that film, The Producers.
Yeah, but you fucking singing Hitler songs and everything. I'm trying to avoid jail now.
Right, so I'm going to take I'd to see Kyle just be fine.
I'm not too sure about that one. Since then, Mum and Nan haven't stopped joint feeding, but they have been criticised by strangers. People say it's weird, natural, and gross, said Julia. What's more natural than feeding a baby? Well, if it's your own baby, fair enough, yeah. But
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Nothing is more natural than feeding your own baby.
okay, fine.
Well, Mum probably wants to feel young again. It's probably nothing really coming out of there. She's probably secretly giving the baby vodka or whiskey. Shit, have this and they call it.
What I want to know is, does the mum feed the kid off her left tit and the gran does it off her right tit?
Oh my god. You really want to ask that question, look?
Why would it matter? I mean,
I don't know. Just a random thought that popped into my head.
You sick bastard. So, what should we go and ask them?
yeah, let's find out. Yeah, let's actually go and Google them and ask them. Let's not.
Hey Peter, do you know what? Do you know how women's breasts and a toy train are similar?
Go on.
They're both meant for the kids, but Dad always ends up playing with them.
I love it when you do that perverted voice. Dad gets me.
Well, hi, Brett. Why don't you come over here and sit on my lap?
No, thank you, Dad.
Oh, fucking Christ.
I need an adult.
You're the second oldest person here. You are the adult, really.
Shut up.
You're almost 40. I mean, come on, you're the adult.
Fuck off, son, you bastard.
It's a fact.
Really? Yeah, it's a fact.
It's how we all started out. Wet nurse.
Well, I mean,
just the beginning of time.
Does it say whether Grandma's even actually producing milk?
Yeah, it did. They said that she did, but she has no health problems. It said that she's just a late feeder, I guess, a late producer.
Well, her daughter's 20-some years old. That's pretty damn late.
It could be that she could have younger brothers and sisters, maybe, but
Yeah, that is possible.
Yeah.
I was going to say, before anybody comes up with questions with the baby itself, how does the baby know? The baby doesn't care. It's instinctual for the baby. If there's anything that resembles a nipple anywhere near it, it's going to try to latch on. Unfortunately, when my son was 2 months old, I discovered that, and I kindly had to explain to my son that this well don't have no water in it. So.
How very progressive of you, Pumpkin Trucker.
I was just thinking, her and her husband lie in bed and her husband wants drinking milk and he can't be asked to milk. Does he just latch onto her tits?
My son and I was at the house laying on the couch. He was on top of me. He was laying on my chest having a nap. I'm sitting there half dozing off. Next thing I know, I just feel this thing around my nipple. I look up, there's my son. What the hell, boy?
Red boy and right.
Thanks, bye.
Well, that's when I had to sit and explain to him that, sorry, boy, but there ain't no water in this well.
Rosie, that is a real wink. Maybe you're just too stoned.
Yeah. All right, now Green Thunder, that's just weird, man. You had kittens try to latch onto your nipples. That's just sick.
But funny, eh?
Meow.
Kitten tits.
Ah, fucking Christ. My son did this to his uncle.
Sorry, did Rick just say catnips?
Sorry.
No, I was even Chadwick said my son did this to his uncle when he was about 2, maybe 3 years old, 3 weeks old. Rosie, I get looking at it's a proper language, so I don't know what. I don't know why your phone's not letting you.
All the baby knows is these things are where food comes from.
Sorry.
And you still love us for it, Rosie.
I just had an image of local and that doesn't like cats. That shouldn't be. I haven't got it.
Isaac, can someone send Rosie a link on Discord then?
All right, hang on.
Because apparently it's not working, even though it probably should work.
I'm on it. There we go.
That's more not something. She likes to do it, her daughter said. She's been doing it for 6 months. She told how her mum had 5 children.
Hello.
Oh, fucking hell.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you, Peter, for giving me the good link.
That's quite all right.
And fuck you for crackling.
Now turn your volume down
Me?
or something.
Yeah,
You're
you're
echoing.
crackling. It's not even proper echoing, it's worse than echoing. It's like white noise.
Wait, what?
It's like white noise.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Testing.
Yeah, it's gone now, I think.
Testes.
Okay,
Yes,
sorry
it's
about
gone.
that.
Anyway, these people are fucking weird.
That's putting it mildly, Scotsman.
Yeah, that was Rosie's background noise, that's what that was.
Mysterious
Dude,
unknown box.
I have everything like turned down. Like it's not me.
Oh, you sound blasted. You okay?
I think she's just very drunk. Anyway, woman kicks dog in the head and stamps on it as she wants a shocking attack in pets in front of families in park. A dog walker has been caught dragging a pet by its lead and kicking and stamping on a defensive animal in a London park. Press G to gas.
That's,
Daily Mail.
yeah, that's just fucking wrong.
Yeah, I'd like to stamp her out, to be honest.
I would expect someone to run up to go smacking the stick. Or rolled up newspaper.
Rosie's gone.
Yeah.
No, she might be back.
Yeah.
She's just fucked. A mother filmed the woman's vicious attack while she was with her son in Rockingham Recreation Park in Oxbridge. The shocking footage shows the woman standing next to her 2 dogs, yanking on the leads as they appear to pull away from her. Well, why did you not do anything?
Modern society, even if they get involved, they'll be accused of doing it with her.
Yeah. Also, the person who filmed it clearly wasn't might not have been filming it in a, let's expose this bitch. This will get hits on YouTube or whatever.
Now, Rosie, you can come back as long as you manage to fix the noise.
Rosie, you would fix the noise.
Yeah. Anyway. When they started as this, she starts to kick one of them before stamping on his head until it falls onto the ground. She carries on stamping on his head before dragging both dogs off as she continues to walk. Mother
hang her
posted on
by her
Facebook.
thumbs.
Yeah, just fucking put her to the least, tie her by the trees, and then just get people to burn it or something. I don't know. Mother posted on
Fucking
Facebook.
do that. What people would hurt animals and children? Well, actually, no, I can't some of them hurt children. That's some animals. I was joking, by the way. Let's see.
About what?
About hurt children. I was joking.
That's good.
Okay.
Isabel.
Yeah,
Isabel.
good job we weren't paying attention to you then.
Yeah, all that does allow you. When I posted the video on Facebook, she said that a woman kicking the dogs and kicking its head into the ground, stomping on it and yelling and yanking at them and dragging them. As you can see, the dog did absolutely nothing to her to deserve any type of reason to do this. She did this several times before I started videoing. Why did you not fucking stop it then? Fucking hell, Rosie, disavow, man. Jesus fuck.
Rosie, you can't forget this is English or slash a UK
This is not
Yes.
English. You want kicked.
UK stream, and we can get arrested for things like that, hun.
We are not English. We are not English. I'm not English. Fucking cunt.
No, I'm on about English and well, the whole UK.
Yeah, we're just in England. We've been through this numerous fucking times before.
Scotty's Scottish. His government's got that stick
Exactly.
farther up their ass.
Come English again, you're getting booted. Come English again, you're getting booted. Or at least muted.
Booted or muted, your choice.
Anyway,
I'm calling Brett a cunt, not you.
Scotsman, you rise to it every time.
I'm Scottish, I have to. Anyway. But you can get arrested for that kind of thing in the Netherlands as well, so. It wouldn't be so chirpy if I was you, Rosie. Called the police immediately, but they didn't rush and she ended up leaving. Why'd you not do anything then? Why'd you just let it stand there and just let it happen? Fucking cunt. Yeah. While they filmed the scene, didn't recognise the breed of dog the woman that was walking. Doesn't really matter. They said they both had white. They were both white with brown faces. Said the woman who launched the attack was blonde, medium height, was wearing white leggings with patterns on them, and a dark camouflage jacket. She implores anyone who may recognise the woman or her dogs to hand her into police. He said, if you happen to know who she is or where she lives, if you happen to see any of the abuse she did towards the dogs, please contact the police with a description to catch her. Hello, blind press.
Hello, blind press.
Hello, press.
The police arrived after the woman had left and weren't able to find her during the subsequent search. The incident has been reported to the RSPCA. Well, hopefully she gets done for it then.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking scumbag. Scott admits torching Peter's car after footage of blaze streamed live on Facebook. Paul McDade admits starting a fire in Armadale on the 26th of June last year. Yeah, he's right in the middle of the fucking street as well. Paul McDade, 37, pleads guilty to willfully setting light to the Vauxhall Severa in Merrifield Drive, Armadale on the 26th of June last year. No, it was not me. My name is not Paul McDade. And the video of the blazing vessel was streamed live on social media sites, Facebook and Snapchat. As the mob besieged the home of sex offender Kenneth Long. Long, 53, was jailed for 18 months and placed on the sex offenders register for 10 years after he admitted sexually communicating with a man pretending to be a 12-year-old boy.
Oh,
Not frankly, he deserved to get his cock set like that.
no, just.
I'm saying the guy deserved to get his cock set like.
Oh, sorry. Like this guy was online trying to look for a child. Fuck.
Well, no, it was one of those sting operations by the sound of it.
Okay.
You know, where they pretend to be kids online.
Oh, the paedophile hunters.
Yeah, then.
Yeah.
There was a man who was pretending to be a 12-year-old boy trying to catch pedos. I think he's a sex offender. I think he's the guy that set fire to the car. Rosie.
It's nice to know that I finally found my place on both of these streams, both of these news streams that I do. Scotsman, on your stream, I translate things for Brit, and on Blind Girl's stream, I read out the stuff she can't.
Yeah, but you have to explain things for Brit all the time anyway, so
Well,
that's
yeah.
your role in general.
Wow, glad I'm not fucking here. Like, oh wait, yes I am.
Later complained in court after being hounded out of his home by vigilantes connected to the anti-paedophile group Wolfpack Hunters and living in fear of retribution. Well, it's your own fault for being a pedo, isn't it? During the near riot, over 100 people gathered outside Long's home chanting, "Get him out." And one of the protesters broke into his house and confronted his then partner. At Livingston Sheriff Court on Monday, McDade of Lower Bathville, Armadale, pleaded guilty to starting the fire which destroyed the interior of the car on the 26th of June last year. It's anti-paedophile group, Chadwick.
Yeah, they're all over YouTube, Chadwick, the anti-paedophile groups. You'll find them, they do live streams every now and then when they catch paedophiles.
Yeah, Jim Robinson prosecuting moved for the sentence to be produced. A list of accused previous convictions. He told the court, looking at the schedule, I do not think a custodial sentence has been imposed previously. A narrative of events on the day of the offence and lawyer Glenn Campbell's plea, and I probably should know how to pronounce that, but I can't. And mitigation will be given for a long sentence is passed. Peter Hammond said, due to the serious nature of the crime report, a change of Sheriff Peter Hammond said, due to the serious nature of the charge, the report will be inevitable.
Sorry, Peter who?
Hammond.
Right.
Turning to McDade, he said, I'll defer a sentence for the Criminal Justice Social Work Report and the restriction of liability order arrest assessment. The bail will be continued until sentencing on the 2nd of May. Well, I don't feel sorry for the guy who lost his car. Fucking, to be honest, I don't have a problem with that guy.
You only never get to the end and shoot him. Think about it.
Yeah. I'm sure many people have already covered this before, but the Naked Commons protesters unmasked. Wildlife biologist 24, Buddhist teacher, and retired Tara AC 68. Fucking Daily Mail. I will not follow you on Twitter. Come on, Daily Mail, come on. Please, come on. Come on. Do it. And among the 20 semi-naked climate change demonstrators who stormed MP's Brexit debate, A group of climate change protesters are stripped off in the House of Commons, include a former charity CEO, a relationship counsellor, a new age manager. So you'd be a bunch of fucking hippies, wouldn't you? The gang of largely naked Extinction Revolution demonstrators interrupted the debate on Brexit yesterday evening when they stood up in the public gallery with messages planted on their bodies. There were 20 protests in the public gallery, with 14 stripping off and 8 sticking themselves to the glass with super glue. Really?
But super glue, they're doing themselves more damage than is worth the point they're making.
Yeah, these people are fucking idiots.
That's going to be fucking painful to get them off there.
It's their own fault. They deserved it. Among those who stripped off, Mark Ovland, a 36-year-old Buddhist from Devon, who was previously one of the so-called Taoists who have the super gluing themselves to a door of an oil industry conference this year. And another who took their clothes off was an activist, Rosa van Kurenren, Rosa van Dutch, a PhD student from Bristol. These are kind of like you'd expect to do this kind of thing, aren't they? I mean, fucking look at them. You'd expect these kind of people to do that.
There's always has to be one ginger. Oh, there's two.
Blind press, what a waste of super glue. Exactly.
The irony is they realise that super glue is made with horses. Sometimes they're made out of horses.
No, they won't realise that. Retarded environmentalists are retarded. Is this news? Well, yeah, kind of. Fucking stinky hippies with their pot smoking. Where is my bowl? Probably right beside you, Chadwick. Miss Van Dutch, who studied eating practices at Coventry University. Is that fucking course now, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Eating practices.
Who needs... Right. If you're that bad at eating that you need practice, just give up.
I expect a 2-year-old to need eating practice. I do not expect a grown fucking adult to need eating practice. Like, what the fuck?
No. So, food on plate, pick up, put in mouth, chew, swallow, and let your body take care of the rest. That's the kind of shit you need to practice, quite frankly.
Use knife and fork while eating.
Yeah.
Now, cooking and preparing the food, I could understand that being a course, but this, that doesn't make sense. What the fuck? There was previously one of the 3 women fined for stripping off at the launching of an aircraft which ran on biofuels in 2013. The 2 who painted barefaced cheek on their bodies, requesting the plane's green credit residentials. Among those who stormed the Parliament's gallery was Oliver Baines, a 68-year-old from Moss Tell in Cornwall. And he was the CEO of a charity called Cornwall Rural Community Charity, which helps groups in the southeast until he left in 2005. Doesn't seem like I did it, so does it?
What did I get in there?
Because anyone can apply to watch the debates in the Parliament. Like, if any member of the public can just walk into the Parliament and then watch the debate for free.
Yeah. It's like the last Sunday of every month, the Comedy Store do a free night.
Even though it's every single Parliament debate.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to make a joke about. Yeah, if you want to laugh, go and watch the Houses of Parliament.
I'd rather not.
Man,
But it's like a fucking play group.
The baby Nick is more mature than his.
Yeah, I better not show that pic actually.
What, you mean the blurred out pic?
Yeah, but still, I mean, Rosie, I think YouTube would care. I don't want my video taken down for nudity or something.
You, Scotsman, I don't know how to break it to you, but I only know it's blurred out because you have already shown it.
I'm not showing it, but that was my mistake.
Oh, I don't think intention would be.
I still haven't shown content in this stream yet. I'm not monkey, so I'm fine. When you start showing cunts on stream,
What?
even though the host of the stream is a cunt, but still.
To be fair, I've shown tits on my stream as well.
Yeah.
but no nipples.
No, actually, I went back and watched the video and had to blur it out myself in YouTube's editor because yes, you could actually.
Whoops.
I had to do that because I think I also showed the granny tits as well.
Ew.
Basically, after the stream, if you go into your YouTube video editor, there's an option to do that. It's incredible. Yeah, it's incredibly fucking fiddly to use, but it gets the job done.
Might have to do that after, yeah. Taking photos from the group were Iggy Fox, a 24-year-old wildlife biologist from London, Eveline Otterdal, a blogger from Gothenburg in Sweden,
Evelyn.
all right. Isla McLeod. Isla McLeod from Burton, Somerset. He was also involved. The 34-year-old describes herself as a celebrity and hosts New Age wedding ceremonies in the woodland and fields. Of course you fucking do. Her website states, with my grounding Buddhist practices, training in somatic healing and going on exploration of feminine mysteries and Celtic and Celtic mythology, I am able to draw on various strands of inspiration and hold ceremonies in deep and powerful way, working on all levels, seen and unseen. You must take a fucking shitloads of drugs then.
Is it me? Or does Feminine Mysteries just sound like a daytime detective show you just really don't want to watch?
I agree.
No. Fox, meanwhile, worked in animal sanctuaries around the world with his Instagram feed showing pictures of his trips from around Indonesia, Bali, and South America. And also named by the group as having taken part in the protest is former teacher William Cook, English lecturer Savannah May, and Belle Felke, 48-year-old counsellor. As the never sales glued her ads to a revolving door at Department of Business, Environment and Industrial Strategy during a similar protest. Speaking of yesterday's demo, she interrupted the face of the base. Savannah from West London said, "Personally, I don't care about Brexit. Yeah, I think it's fine that people do, but I think there are bigger things right now." Really?
Oh, so the future of our country, that's not a big thing.
Oh, they're all tree huggers, aren't they?
Oh,
This
tree
was part of
huggers
it.
and horse fuckers.
Yep.
Which you superglue, which is made out of the bones of a horse. Who? Hello, everyone.
Cook was part of a group that brought London to a standstill last November when they laid down roads to stop traffic. Like, what do people actually want? I mean, seriously. Fucking more.
It's visual. Then it's to eat fucking meat.
And the Bristol-based former teacher said that on occasion he didn't mind being arrested because it wouldn't affect his job, but because he doesn't have a job. He compared those demonstrations to those carried out by Rosa Parks during the civil rights movement and the suffragettes in the UK in the early 20th century. So basically, you're a terrorist then, aren't you? You mean it yourself? The suffragettes were terrorists, therefore you're a terrorist. Yesterday's son missed up the reaction from the people.
Your roboting dude.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
An interesting opinion about the suffragettes in the U.S. when it comes to women's voting rights for women. When a lot of them realized that when they earned the right to vote, they also were supposed to have the responsibility of taxes, selective service. They changed their minds.
Oh, of course they did. Am I not shocked? Didn't they also go around shaming like people in World War One when they didn't want to fight? They were like white roses, weren't they?
Conscientious objectors.
Yeah, they went around with white roses and just started shaming people that didn't want to fight in the war. Even if they were offered to fight in the war themselves, they wouldn't have taken it. Hypocrites, if you ask me. Speaking after yesterday's stunt, Mr. Nadal said the reaction from people in the public was amazing. They were laughing and cheering as well, but because they were the same fucking lunatics as you are. I people say, good for them, this is incredible. Most people didn't want to leave the gallery and only left when forced by guards. I talked to some of them outside afterwards. They were impressed by the whole action, especially the glue part. I hope you ended up gluing your tits to it or something. I saw both guards and people on the other side of the glass smiling and laugh. The atmosphere was cheerful and happy. Extinction Rebellion, which described itself as a non-violent direct action and civil disobedience group. So the process was an attempt to draw politicians' attentions to climate and ecological crisis. Yeah, why don't you just join the fucking Green Party then? Wouldn't that be easier?
No, of course, then they won't make houses themselves and get to and make newspapers.
Yeah, well, true, but there's easier ways to go about things. Makes you look less fucking stupid.
They want exactly normal, are they?
Oh, neither the Green Party, but MPs were seen taking a glance up at the protest. Speaker John Bercow maintained the debate on the second stage of the Brexit alternatives would proceed despite the protests. Scotland Yard said officials were sent in an attempt to negotiate with the activists before adding 12 arrests have been made for outraging public decency. Yeah, fuck these people. See who they are. Extinction Revolution was set up in the UK in 2018 by activists who felt it was being done to stop climate change. They want the government to cut carbon emissions to zero by 2025. That's not going to happen.
You're roboting again, dude.
Oh, fucking hell. Can I go one fucking stream that doesn't fucking know?
Oh dear. That's disgusting. Where is that?
Oh, fuck me. They want to cut government emissions to zero and set up a National Citizens Assembly to oversee emissions. group advocate civil disobedience to further their aims, according to their manifesto, support and encourage a citizens' uprising in the UK. In November last year, hundreds of the followers paraded in traffic, being chaos with capital traffic.
Right, I'll be right back.
Anyway, these people.
And just put me in the bum. The hell?
What?
Sorry. Not doing Baby Shark song.
Yeah, this is a Baby Shark free zone, remember?
Yes.
That.
Baby, well, do 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 do, hell blue, well, do 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 do.
Yes. A woman who pleasured herself on tube says she was just itching. Said she was just itching a rash.
Well, we know what kind of woman she is then.
Oh, extra doubt.
If she's playing with herself and got she's just itching in a rash when people think she's playing with herself. Well, where's that rash?
A woman who moaned loudly as she was pleasuring herself on the tube for 10 minutes claims she was just itching her ass and is being hunted by police. Sarah Hinkson, 37, taped herself across several seats on Hammersmith and City Line and was arrested at King's Cross Station with her hand still down her jeans. She failed to appear in court and a warrant has now been issued for her arrest. Passenger Anthony Burton felt quite taken aback as seeing Hinkson groaning and stamping her feet as her hand moved in a guyatory fashion. Mr. Burton, who is visually impaired in one eye, why does that matter? Told the City of London magistrates court who boarded the Paddington after being escorted into the front of the carriage with his guide dog by London Underground staff. He said, I was suddenly aware of a banging noise and thought it was something mechanical, but I noticed that to my right there was a woman laying there across 3 or 4 seats. She was banging her foot against the seat or the glass that was making the noise. All I could see her hand was the top of her wrist. Because the rest of her hand, it was around her cloth. It was blatantly obvious which part of the body it was. Hands moving back and forth in a sort of gigatory movement.
Right, I'm back.
She wasn't saying anything, but there were groans of a sexual nature, and I was quite taken aback.
Your neighbours again?
No, some weird woman in London.
Ah, right.
Pleasuring herself on a train.
Ah.
Mr. Burton told the court he contacted the police after seeing children running around out through the carriage.
Is this why you were late when you met us in Crewe?
What?
Brit.
No. I'm not black.
Fucking disavow. Fucking hell, man.
No, all I say is I'm not black.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, at this point, it felt uncomfortable. I thought to myself, she's not aware of her surroundings, she said. I felt that something should be done. This lady was doing what this lady was doing. Was doing this, and she was totally unaware of people, or herself, or people around her. Whether his impaired vision had affected him, like he's seen, Mr. Burns said, I tend to term I had to look at things so I could see clearly at her. Police attended King Cross Station approximately 10 minutes after Mr. Burton saw Hickson
Goes that on a train.
from Acton, West London. Yeah, this woman, clearly.
Well, wanker.
The court heard of a woman, the mother of one was mostly unresponsive in her interview, but denied masturbating. She told officers a itch on her inner thigh. I was scratching the ass on my inner thigh. It comes and it goes. Well, you can just do that outside you. You have to stick your hands down your pants to do that, do you?
Usually do like a little shuffle, trying to get to the it. You don't just put your hands down your pants.
Has anybody checked her Pornhub account just in case?
Hickson denied one count of outraging public decency by behaving in an indecent manner, namely masturbating on the 24th of February. She was convicted by magistrate court who said the case had been proven beyond all reasonable doubt. Hickson did not attend court, and a warrant has been released for her arrest. I have no words to this, to the generator this article describes, and neither do I.
Why don't you just, go and play some music? All this little flick in the beam. I mean, come on. You should just like her hands and say, "Yeah, I was flicking the beam," and just take the punishment like a woman.
She's already been named in the fucking paper anyway, so.
People will be looking for her.
Well, they already are. This is a warrant out for the arrest, so.
Do like that.
And I move on to a group of extremely progressive people. Also progressive.
She don't want anybody else, because when she thinks about you, she touches herself. Whoa. Anyway.
Okay, then. Husband cuts out his wife's tongue with scissors before beating her and naming her face.
Oh, I saw this article somewhere else yesterday. This is awful, this.
After divorcing her in Pakistan. Religion of peace. The greatest and the most best religion there ever will be and ever was. That can never be criticised at all.
No.
Most feminist religion ever.
Police have arrested the husband to cut off wife's tongue with a pair of scissors after divorcing her in Pakistan. Local media reports the husband, identified as Foreign, fled from Foreign village in Pindi, Foreign district on Friday after being apprehended the following day. Hello, Mr. Misanthropic.
In fact, I've just remembered they did this on Ghost Poo the other night, didn't they?
Did they?
Last night, in fact.
Oh, I didn't watch Ghost Poo last night.
Yeah, I think they covered this.
I fell asleep, so I didn't manage to watch it. He allegedly assaulted his wife, beating her and naming her face after verbally divorcing her a few days earlier, according to the victim's father. Yes, Mr. Misanthropic, all cultures are equal. He claims the suspect wanted to murder his daughter instead of just leaving her, Dawn reported. Foreign entered his ex-family's home and took her hostage in one of the rooms before using scissors to remove her tongue and disfigure her hands and face.
Absolute fucking scum.
Yep, due to gas. Due to gas. Thankfully, the victim's mother was in the house and rushed to get help from those nearby. The locked door was then smashed in and the victim was rescued before being taken to hospital. The woman's father reportedly claims that the star had been left in there. Her former husband no longer would have killed her yet, probably. Foreign District Police Officer Sajid Foreign confirms the report that the suspect had been arrested and a pair of scissors has been recovered from his possession. Yeah, what the fucking scumbag. Here we have. I can't find some news, so I'm just going to sing a song.
This is the song we sing when we can't find the news. La la.
Oh, hail blue whale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all hail the blue whale. Let's get a big all hail blue whale. Yeah. False rape claim victim 20 told police man had been sexually assaulted her near a school, but was caught on CCTV shopping at Morrison's at the same time. A woman who claimed she had been raped was caught out when police found CCTV of her shopping at Morrison's. Halliwell told officers she was hit over the head by a man who sexually assaulted her. 20-year-old claims sparked a week-long investigation. The detectives found her footage of her doing a food shop in a store in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Hill admitted yesterday wasting police time at Aberdeen Sheriff Court. Court was told Will officers that she'd been. The court was told what doesn't make sense. Court was told Will officers that she had been raped on the 26th of December 2016 between 8:30 and 7:30 on the grassy area next to Peterhead Academy in Aberdeenshire. Officers found security footage of her walking in the direction of the school, but noticed she was wearing the same clothes on her return home, and her outfit had not been handled in to check the of her attacker's DNA. Fiscal dispute, Sally McAnally said. Reports said officials reported she appeared normal and not deceivable. Security cameras from the academy were checked, but Will could not be seen on them. The police scoured CCTV around the area for evidence. McAnally said Will was picking up and entering Morrison's at 6:29 p.m. and leaving at 7:02 p.m., meaning the man would not have had the opportunity to rape her. We found the allegation to be false. Crowley added, Will admitted to wasting police time and causing their publicly funded resources to be diverted unnecessarily at the Sheriff Court yesterday. Sheriff Morad McLaughlin released a 20-year-old on bail to allow preparation for a social work report.
And she's not getting any further punishment for, I don't know, falsely accusing an individual. He's not like suing her for defamation or anything like that.
I assume not.
Fucking.
Then see, I work with this thing. I think if you accuse someone of rape, you should get the same punishment as rape. Because I think you should get, if you accuse someone of a crime, you should get the same punishment you would have got had you committed that crime. Because at the end of the day, you're wasting police time.
Mm-hmm.
So she should be charged as a rapist.
And in addition to that, the police should send her a bill. I like what Chicago's doing to Jussie Smollett. They got to send her a bill for the wasted man hours.
Yeah, make her pay her own legal fees.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Ninja.
Hey, Ninja.
Hello, Ninja.
Ninja, please.
What? She'd also pleaded guilty to crimes including threatening to kill a police officer and threatening to damage a police station, and will be released in connection with those offences at a later date. Well, also has an earlier conviction of making false emergency calls. Well, do it, put it in jail then. Why is it so hard to put fucking women in jail for the crime?
Because she's a woman.
Yeah, they want to be treated like men. Fucking treat them like men. Give them the same punishment a man would get for this. It's not that hard. Anyway, moving on. It's kind of a slow news day today, to be honest.
These are the same girls like this one are the same ones that fuss and complain and bitch when men have them sign one of those permission slips or consent forms for sex. They wonder why.
Well, Chadwick is equal rights and lefts. That's what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, blind girl. Have a nice sleep.
Girl.
Have a nice sleep. Boss got offered to pay £5 to stop playing in English City amid Scotland the Brave complaints.
Where the hell's little nigga when you need him?
Yeah, little nigga, this is where your bagpipes are now. This guy has them. George Sinclair from Glasgow has received complaints from office staff in Oxford over the students. Could be worse though. See, fucking the other day, like, around Christmas, imagine someone played fucking Jingle Bells on a bagpipe. That's it. Jingle Bells was not meant to be played. On bagpipes. Honestly, it was like, because I don't mind the sound of bagpipes, but when it comes to like that was horrendous. Salt on the ears, that was babbles. A Glasgow paper is causing storm in an English city after sparking complaints over its performances of Scotland the Brave. George Sinclair, 49, who recently moved to Marsden near Oxford, had been offered £5 to stop playing by one local despite trying to entertain stoppers. Fifth and later. His passion is playing has sparked complaints from office staff in the Clarendon Business Centre, George's favourite busking spot. We have asked him to move on. That's why my mother also told me my brother is getting into writing a text. What is Mr. Misanthropic? I don't get what you mean by that. Okay. Oxford City Council no longer asks buskers to apply for a permit, but they have to adhere to a code of practice. This means they can only play for an hour at a time. A selected number of building locations across the city centre. Busking locations. George, who worked as a cook when he has not played bagpipes, said, on the whole, people in Oxford have been very welcoming. And the staff of the Clarendon Centre have complained to me and asked me to move on. One shopper said that I hate bagpipes. It makes me want to leave Oxford. So I directed him to the railway station. It's a very Scottish thing to do, though, isn't it? Like, well, if you want to leave, on you go. I'm not stopping you. I'm enjoying playing it. My set only lasts about an hour. In any sports, to me, I make sure I stick to the rules. I'm looking forward to playing here as often as I can. George, I know there was a bagpiper here before. He ran to travel and eventually decided to move to Australia. But I don't want that to happen to me. I like Oxford. It feels quite relaxed. There are a number of different pitches for buskers to play, including the one favoured by Mr. Sinclair at the junction with Market Street. Yeah, the man who used to run here, he used to run the market stall years ago. Okay, he offered me £5 to go away. So the bagpipes is going well with tourists. It's also impressing fellow Glaswegian Robert McAvoy, who works at fellow butchers in the covered market. Yeah, I really like hearing the old songs, especially when I'm feeling a bit homesick. I'm looking at buying a new kilt, and George gave me some advice on where I could get one. Buskers are asked not to repeat the same material on the same pitch. I cannot return to the same pitch within 2 hours of leaving it.
So
Yeah,
now
basically.
they're regulating busking, basically.
That's true, though, isn't it? I mean, if you get there first, it's your prerogative, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the day you get there first is lucrative, and you should have got there first. Simple as that. Because I know people have made decent. I know people have made decent money doing busking.
Yeah.
Made like £200 a day doing that shit.
Where's my guitar? I'll be back later.
What, you play guitar, do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're talking about a bagpiper who. Talking about a guy who plays the bagpipes and was offered a £5 to stop playing them.
Or according to this town, he doesn't play the bagpipes. According to the town, he makes a lot of noise.
Yeah, they're complaining at how he plays the bagpipes and they're offering money to actually leave.
Mm-hmm.
In 2007, traders lost account with the petition to have Heath Richardson moved by the paper, who was living in Chipping Norton at the time. Came back and got 500 fans to sign a petition backing him. The Oxford Bagpipe Mountaineers Club was formed at a MySpace site with over 200 members. But on Facebook, others joined the support for a group supporting Mr. Richardson. The paper eventually gave up and left Oxford to immigrate to Australia. Fuck's sake. Try to light my fog. Talk amongst yourselves.
So, how's everyone doing in the chat there? Let's see.
Anyone in the chat play the bagpipes at all?
Nah, no one here Scottish. I'm the only Scottish person here.
Anyway,
The City Council's Buskers Code of Practice. The Buskers are advised ask any business to speak to you directly in the event that they may have a problem. We need to ask you to make any changes to your act. We need to create a good relationship between you and the people around you. Always be polite to members of the business community and public officials in the event that someone may speak to you. Ask to turn out any manager of the Clarendon Business Centre said none of the businesses which have leased premises could have played to her. She said the last guy was a huge problem, but he was there all because he was there all day. Well, if he got there first, then that's his problem, isn't it? Yeah, at the end of the day, if you get there first,
Yep.
you make money, then yeah. So Green Funded and Chadwick have bagpipes. I have bagpipes, but I'm not playing music with them. Texas Civil Court Dogs denies accidentally. So does accidentally resigns. And April Fool's resignation plan prank. One of the Texas civil court justices was ever so. A newly elected judge in Houston accidentally resigned on Monday, according to local media. KV official, after he shared plans online to run for the state Supreme Court, apparently was unaware that the Texas Constitution considers such an announcement an automatic resignation.
Wow.
Harris County Civil Court Judge Bill McLeod did not immediately respond to the request for the comment on Tuesday's local TV station KHOU 11 News on Monday reported that McLeod declined to comment on the move. I wonder why. Article 16, Section 65 of the state's constitution says that the judge's announcement candidacy for another office shall constitute an automatic resignation of the office then held. The county's attorney office will present the matter to the county commissioners on Tuesday. First Assistant County Attorney Robert Sword said in a phone interview on Tuesday. County commissioners who can appoint replacements may decide to keep McLeod until there is a special election. KHOU 11 reported. Judges supporters have announced have organised on social media using the hashtag I stand with McLeod. Well, at the end of the day, you broke the rules, didn't you? So, it's your own fault. It may be a mistake, but it's your own fault. They plan to attend the commissioner's Tuesday meeting, express their wish to the judge to remain in office despite his blunder. Founded Democrat was sworn in last November after winning the county's civil court number 4 race, 55% of the vote. Oh, that's your own fault.
Yeah, I'll just be a sec.
Do. 11 watching 6 likes. Come on, we can get that out, people.
I like, share, subscribe. Not already subscribed.
In Sweden, naked policeman arrests fugitive in sauna. Copenhagen, Denmark. What? This is in Sweden, but then it starts in Copenhagen, Denmark. Okay then. This has to be an hectic, but there's no escape from the long arm of the law in Sweden. Not even sitting naked in a sauna. Police spokeswoman Karina Foran says an off-duty police officer found himself sitting in the same sauna in Ringerby, a Stockholm suburb, as a fugitive who dodged the jail sentence for aggravated assault, among other offences. Foran says after recognising each other, the naked police officer calmly told the man that he should consider himself arrested. That would be quite funny to see, actually, though.
I don't need no stinking body armor for this.
She said that Tuesday the officer called colleagues to pick up a fugitive, adding, "The arrest was undramatic, and the one man didn't try to flee, but because he was naked in a sauna, that might be why." Yeah, honestly, that could be that, but I think it's a bit weird how it says Sweden and then it starts with Denmark. I don't get it. Oh well. The officer was praised with the 29th of March arrest and warned fugitives on Facebook, "We are everywhere. Even if you do not see us there, we are there." That's creepy. Oh, fucking hell, I'm surprised I missed this one. Jesus Christ.
But
April Fool's Day roundup from Buckfast to Ginger Sperm Bank. If there was ever more Scottish headline, I don't think I've seen it. We were tricked by an April Fool's Day story and plans by the SNP to turn Scotland into a caste-based society. Actually, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they'd done that. But then I think the economy would be that fucking bad, like caste would be worthless anyway. If our story had been true, then Scotland would have been possibly the world's first caste-free country under plans drawn up by the SNP for a post-independent currency.
But also, we wouldn't have to take any more of your stinking banknotes.
You don't take them anyway.
Some
Okay, no
places
worries.
do.
So, okay, no worries, I'm serious on non-box. I would take them down in England anyway, so that wouldn't change anything. Here's a roundup of some of the other April Fool's stories by newspapers and Scottish companies. Ginger Sperm Bank. Iron Brew kicked off things this morning after launching the Ginger Institute. In a tweet to its 41,000 followers, subjects want a factor to vote. It's not like us to make a serious post, but this is a vital cause. World's first Ginger Sperm Bank. If you know anyone who could contribute, please encourage them to visit. The trick did not go down well with everyone, however. With Chris X-Boss XX tweeting, "A great April Fool's joke would have been we're bringing full sugar, but you're bringing back full sugar item brew, but this is not happening." Yeah. New Edinburgh airline, Lothian buses also used to announce the launch of Lothian Airlines. That's not funny. Donna Edinburgh. Like the sound of the new airline scene. Nice one. 5 minutes into work bypassing endless roadworks. Oh, ice cream. An Aberdeenshire parlour claimed it would launch its first hot ice cream. Mackies of Scotland Dean Balcony Parlour, based in Aberdeen's Marshall Square, said it would like to sell the Friday creation today on a first come, first served basis. Ollie McLeod, new production development technologist, said although hot, the new addition to the parlour has all the elements you'd expect from Mackey's, including our creamy chocolate on its basis for a very fiery treat. New 50p emoji poo piece. Star's son claimed the Royal Mint. Its latest edition was based on emojis, including poo. He said one of the 16 50p pieces. The other would feature a peach, a flame, and a heart, an aubergine, and a crying.
And a crying with laughter smiling.
The Daily Record ran a piece claiming that Buckfast was set to launch a typical flavour of tonic wine. They said the bosses felt that the new flavour would divide fans as much as Brexit. Victor Headlock, spokesman for the drinks brand, apparently told newspapers, "Much like Brexit, we are dissing. Half the nation would love this drink and the other half would probably hate it." Okay then. Trisha, the article's struck and I'll get to them in a bit. That's a very nice mukbang stream, this, isn't it?
18.
Well, I did tea on naughty on your stream, was you were having tea on mine.
I'm not eating. It's not me.
Someone is.
Peter.
No, it's not.
Yeah, fucking clearly. It blatantly is. Anyway, let's see. Here we go. Let's see how many. Exactly. Yeah, who's the even on stream? Hashtag kick Peter in the chat. Yeah, it's good to say that.
Heathen.
The kick Rowan is now kick Peter.
Hey, I have a hashtag. Wait.
It's not only is he a Maynard, he also eats on stream. YouTube comes down on Tommy Robinson's channel and calls it borderline content. Bob's not about him completely. Yeah, what they've done is they put him into limited stay, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
They heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah, if you search for him on YouTube, he won't appear in the search results. But if you're like already subscribed to him and that, you'll still be able to find his channel that way.
That's what I thought. Jeez, I get drunk on stream, but at least I don't eat on stream. Exactly, yeah, I get drunk, I burp, I fart, everything. Eating, no, that crosses the line, that, eating. That takes the biscuit. Yeah, Tommy Robinson has avoided being banned from YouTube but faces restrictions on his new videos. The English Events Lee founder, it's about every fucking article, has kicked off Facebook and Instagram in recent months, where claims he's feeling hate among his followers. But Google and YouTube has defied calls for a similar ban on Robinson's videos on his site. Instead, his videos become content warning. Under the move from recommendations, viewers will no longer be able to view, comment, or like the suggested video. Suggest or like the videos. YouTube said, although the 36-year-old's videos are not illegal, it has decided to apply tougher treatment in response to users' flagged content, as well as potentially violating its rules against hate speech and violent extremism. How is it violent? He hasn't done any violence. When has he ever called for violence? Never. As far as I know, anyway. Robinson, who has more than 387,000 followers on his YouTube channel, will also be blocked from live streaming. This move was welcomed by the anti-extremist group Hope Not Hate. Of course it was. The group says Stephen Lennon has lowered the law, making hundreds of thousands of pounds, promoting his conspiracists and stoking communal hatred. All while social media giants provide platforms so that he the platforms so that vital to his campaign. So basically, they're silencing him, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everyone I don't like is a violent extremist. Some MPs a journal, yeah. YouTube is a powerful tool for the likes of Stephen Lennon and his DIY fascists who try to use a social media platform to radicalize young people. Research suggests that 81% of his users watch recommended videos, so turning the tap off for Lennon is a good start. So rather than debate these people, they'll just silence them so they don't have to listen to them, basically. Let's stop more people from being able to follow him and listen to what he has to say, we'll just silence him instead. That's what you're saying?
Something like same.
Oh, you're not. You're also a bit quiet, by the way.
I know.
Oh, hello, Blanco.
Hello.
Oh my god.
When did you get here?
You sent me the link, and then I hijacked your stream. Very silently lurked in your hangout window.
I seen you in the chat, but I didn't expect you to. You know. YouTube spokesman said after consulting with third-party experts, we are applying tougher treatment to Toby Robinson's YouTube channel and keeping our policies on borderline content. Yeah, so Open Up are an extremist organization, but they're a left-wing extremist organization. There's a difference, you see. They're allowed to be extremists because they're of the left.
Left is right and right is wrong, apparently.
Exactly. Any kind of right-wing thing is bad. I don't even consider myself right-wing. I'm classical liberal libertarian, but I fucking despise the left far more. For good reason. The content will be placed. Let me just say, removed from recommendations, stripped of key features, including live streaming, comments, like that. You've already said this. So, I mean, your article's long. Why don't you just make it smaller and just say original stuff instead of just repeating the same thing?
I think you're an essay.
You're forgetting, Scotsman, you're forgetting some of these journalists that get paid by the word.
Really? Supposed to make sense for them to part out the article. YouTube is Mr. Robinson's last big online space after the bans on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and PayPal. I think what's going to happen, he's just going to start his own website, isn't he? And just streaming from there. He's going to do what Alex Jones did. Stick your own website.
Yeah.
Deputy Leader Tom Watson and Damien Collins, Chairman of the Digital Culture, Media and Sport Committee, are among the growing number of voices that were calling for the activists to be shut down online. So basically, government censorship of people's opinions. A very progressive of you. The people who would complain to be anti-fascists. Yeah. Fucking. Mr. Watson sent a letter to the Google chief executive, Sundar Balforan. Yeah, they did actually say his name, but they said it in a quotation. Saying, I am now writing to explore. He was a man of utmost urgency to follow the lead that has been blatantly set by Facebook and move forth with all Tommy Robinson related pages from your YouTube platform. Mr. Robinson has previously said that his efforts to ban him online were part of the corrupt media's trying to silence any opposition to their globalist plans. Well, can't disagree. The really latest there, let's see. Oh, there we go. Mr. Robert. There we go. Tommy Robinson, the real name Stephen Yaxley Lennon. So there you go. They do say his real name. And it's just a biography of him. Catches people silencing people in, isn't it? Oh, shit.
It's just getting worse. I thought if you don't agree with me, then I'm going to silence you.
Yeah, they are proving his point, but they don't care. They have no sense of self-awareness, do they?
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Fine. Florida teacher fired for giving zero to students who don't turn up and who don't turn in their work. Well, yeah, I have a problem with this. If you don't turn in work, then you shouldn't get a mark, should you?
Don't turn in your work, you don't pass.
Exactly. How can you expect to get a grade if you don't do the fucking work?
Probably because it makes them feel bad.
Yeah, there's a little fee-fees. We'll fucking turn up then. Diane Tyra, though, has been a teacher for years. Most recently, she was an 8th grade history teacher at Westgate K-8 School in Port St. Lucia, Florida. It's always fucking Florida, isn't it?
Yep.
Diane recently gave students 2 weeks to complete an Explorer Notebook project. Several students simply didn't hand it in. Since there was zero work done, Diane gave them zeros. Well, yeah, what's the problem with that? I don't see any issue with this. You got fired for it.
She's kind of cute, though.
I would disagree, but
I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
Oh God.
yeah, but there's probably a few things you wouldn't kick out of bed, though.
Yeah, good point. I'll just sleep on the floor.
The elementary school has said the zero. It's called the no. It's called the rule. Fucking hell, man. All these machines living up to its title. The elementary school has called the rule the no zero policy. The lowest possible grade the teachers can give is a 50, even if they don't turn in anything. So they didn't do anything, they don't deserve a fucking grade.
Yeah.
It's 50 out of 100. For nothing. No, if you want a 50, do half the work. If you don't do anything, then you deserve a 0. It's a rule that Diane unsurprisingly does not agree with. After she was fired for disobeying, he left her. She sent a charming goodbye with a message on the whiteboard. By case, Mrs. Sarah loves you and wishes you the best in life. I've been fired for refusing to give you 50% for not handing anything in. Love, Miss Ido. Diane later shared her story on Facebook, hoping to spread awareness of the school's policy. I graded Mrs. Ido's classes earned. Well, that's fair enough then. At the end of the day, you want a grade, fucking do the work.
Oh, yeah.
This is the self-esteem movement and it's gone too far, yeah, agreed. It's all this fucking participation medal shit, isn't it? Okay.
Well, no. At this point, it's not even participation medals because they didn't even participate.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just getting
actually,
for
that's
nothing.
right.
It's really, it's just getting something for absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It started with all the participation medal shit, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
My high school did something like this years ago. It was done away with after massive backlash from the students. So they should have kept it. End of the day, you want to pass. Do the work.
What are they going to do at work if they don't do the, if they're given a task and they don't do it? They get fired.
Well, she's getting fired for giving them 0 grade for not
Yeah,
doing
I
any
know,
work.
but the ones who want the grade 50 for doing nothing, what are they going to do when they get a job and they're supposed to do some work and they don't do it? Do they get fired?
Well, they're not going to get a job.
I think that's kind of the problem is they won't get a job.
Yeah. If they do get a job, they won't turn up and they'll expect to get money.
Mm-hmm.
Doing nothing.
But the route we're going down with this anyway, it will end up being the case that they end up getting a job, never turn up for work, and still get paid.
Unfortunately, you got a point.
Ironically, the guy who wrote in the school paper bashing it became the leader of the Student Socialist Union at my old college. Well, imagine my shock. Hello, Richo.
Lord Cthulhu, come for us. We are ready.
Megan streaming himself tonight, so
It's up shilling other people. He wants to show himself he can have quite heavily paid to be shilled.
it's more responding to what Trucker said. But all right, if you want to take it as a shill.
Here's a shill. I graded Mr. Tyler's classes earned, she said. I'm so upset because we are going to have a nation of kids that are expecting to get paid to live their life without showing up, just for showing up and it's not real. Yeah. I'd agree with you. Diana's post has gone viral, but most commentators agree with her position, saying it's not fair to hand out grades for work that doesn't exist exactly. The reason I took this on was because of took this on play was because it was ridiculous. Teaching should not be hard. It's this hard, Diane said. Well, unfortunately, these days it is. Chuck, I have more than enough articles.
Okay.
I'll just send some of these over to Blind Girl, though. That's what I'll do later on.
I love free
Okay.
stuff.
I also have one that'll piss you off later on as well. It's about autism. It's saying that there shouldn't be an Autism Awareness Week.
Actually, it's not. It's National Autism Month, but today is International Autism Day.
Yeah, but the article was saying there shouldn't be an Awareness Week cover or something like that, so I just want to send it to you anyway.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and I was just like, "What?"
It's International Autism Awareness Day, so get counting those toothpicks, people.
Yep. Because awareness doesn't equal acceptance, so why even bother trying? We should force people to love autism, not persuade them to.
Hello, fishing guy. Okay. Venezuela Maduro Institute's plan to move ration electricity as outrageous spark more protests. Well, and socialism is amazing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yes, comrade.
Venezuelan president. Okay, I'll send it to you on Twitter afterwards. Do you mean the teacher one, I assume? But I'll just stick it in the chat. It's probably easier.
Hmm.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You were playing with fire then, Scotsman.
Oh,
You were playing with fire then, showing your Discord.
yeah, look at that. It's my Discord, yeah. Look.
Well, no. I meant showing what you'd been looking at on Discord.
I knew it was there, it's fine. Fuck hell. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro on Sunday instituted a plan to ration electricity as the troubled government scrambles to repair the country's electoral system amid worsening economic and political conditions. I'll imagine my fucking shock. And a 4-hour outage in a month. Jesus fuck. There's left Caracas and other major Venezuelan cities paralyzed without electricity, water, or communication services. Well, anyway, it's chilling time anyway. We got Fox Socialism in the chat.
Oh God.
Anyway, Britt, chill.
Yes, if you would like to come and visit me sometime when I'm on my stream, just get it up. You could join me on Brick Gamer Girl on Twitch.
It's in the description.
Yep.
It's in the description. And also, if you want to visit me on YouTube, again, in the description. Thank you very much, guys.
Let's get it up. Any questions from the chat as well?
I absolutely promise you that Brick Gamer Girl's audio quality is much better on her own streams.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
But yeah, as for me, yes, my links are also in the description. My Twitch channel, Mank Pete. I will be streaming tomorrow night, co-streaming with Urbana Fox. our regular Wednesday night Left 4 Dead game. And then following that, the following week, I should be releasing some more videos up on YouTube. If you go and click on the link on there, I've got a few things planned. I just need to make them now. I've got them written and everything.
Pumpkin Trucker.
Pumpkin Trucker channel, daily, almost daily dash cams. It's basically where I am, what I'm doing throughout the day. It is a live dash cam feed, almost all day, almost every day. I'm just about done for tonight. I've only got about another half hour left, but it starts back up again Thursday morning for 6 days straight, and off we go. And then in 20 minutes, come check all of us out over at the Blind Trucking channel. Next up, or no, the Blind Trucking stream, sorry, on Blind Girl's channel. Next up.
Yeah, I usually put online in the chat at the end anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, why was I not already subbed to Brit? Well, no, because you didn't sub to him, I guess. Or to her, I guess.
It's because you've watched her before, I think.
Excuse me, Cracker.
Fucking racists.
What? I'm calling him Cracker. Not racist.
Well, it's kind of racist.
No, I'm calling him a white cracker.
Well, he's a racist term. Anyways.
Tom, I'm in work right now, buddy. At some point tomorrow, I may be piddling around. Tom, my wife and I actually have to drive to a city that's probably about an hour and 20 minutes away. So I may go ahead and set up the dash cam for that. Just for any other reason, drive through the backwoods and have some fun. It depends if my wife will tolerate me doing it or not.
Mr. Misanthropic, yes, I would just DM me the details or something. Saying Scott's been Peter O'Brien, would you be interested in coming on a stream and talk about Brexit and Article 13 and stuff like that? Yeah, I'd be up for that.
I know what. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. If I'm not streaming or making a video myself when you are streaming, perfectly happy to. Yeah.
Yeah, just DM me and I'll arrange a date or something when I'm free.
Yeah, we'll sort it out, pal.
Anyway,
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm
I
gonna.
was going to end this before it peaks out.
Speaking of which, whoever just subbed to my live stream that's going on right now, thank you. It didn't tell me who it is. It just popped up one. I am now at 72.
But I don't think I have you on Discord, but I'll add you on Discord. There we go. I just sent you a request on Discord, Mr. Misanthropic.
Man, Scotty, I'm always running one behind you.
Yeah, I'm still alive. I'll be way end soon, though.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make a quick sig and that. I'll be back shortly.
I've caught me now because I lost the fucking sub earlier on. Oh, 74 now, really?
Hey, well done.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mr. Misanthropic. Yeah, they did just pop up on 3 or 73.
Yeah, mine's on 74 now.
Let me pop this up, make sure it's visible.
It always says like there's always a 1 or 2 difference for some weird reason. Don't know why. Also, shit, I forgot to show Chadwick, didn't I?
Yep.
Damn it, Chadwick.
And that's up to Chadwick because he made the thumbnail for this stream, so thank him for that. So yeah, head over to Blind Trucking.
We're going to have a mother trucking good time.
Oh, and mother trucking good time. There you go.
Actually, I think Mother Trucker works quite well for the name of the stream, because think about it. She's a mother, you're a trucker.
True that.
Oh, Tom, I can't believe you did that because you're a fucking asshole.
Holy shit!
Anyway, if you want more of me, I'll be on Blind Trucking soon. So
Hang up chat, by the way.
yeah, okay.
Wow.
All right.
And
Right over
anybody
there.
who happens to be watching my live stream, that little Volkswagen that just passed me was doing 130 miles an hour.
Head over there. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Sub to all these people. Don't